neighbours who live there. We're on Saturday the 23rd of March and it's a bright day but it's a very windy one. But today I am going to get in my first lot of potatoes, my first earlies, and I thought I'd just show you how I'm going to grow them this year. Sort of the same as last year, but I've done a little bit of rearranging and positioning. So let me show you that. So these are my first earlies and they're a variety called Caledonian Peril, suitable for boiling and chips, it says on the packaging. And I got a 2 kilogram bag and I've been chitting these on a windowsill, out of direct sunlight but on a windowsill getting plenty of light. And as you can see, hopefully we're getting lots of lovely chits on them. So I'm going to sow these into plastic buckets. I pretty much always grow my potatoes in buckets, whether they're first early, second early, or indeed main crop. And I'm going to be doing the same again this year. Excuse my shadow. So this is where my first earlies are going to go. It's down along one side of the top of the garden. And as you can probably see, I've actually put down some plastic. Now, I know it's a big, don't use plastic in your garden, da-di-da-di-da, but needs must. And if I don't put plastic down here, I get weeds growing, and I get weeds growing up in between my potato buckets. And yeah, it makes it hard to actually see what I'm doing to pull the weeds out once you get the haulms coming out of the potato buckets. So, I've got the plastic down there and I've positioned some buckets on top, and each of these buckets has got about 3 inches of compost in the bottom. And the compost I've used is this one, new to me this year. It's J. Arthur Bauer's multi-purpose compost. So it's not specifically for growing veg, it's just general purpose compost for growing whatever. So as I say, I've got about 3 inches in the bottom of each of these pots, and I'm now going to add some fertiliser, mix that in, and then I'm going to pop my potatoes in. Okay, so let me show you one bucket and you can get the idea, and then obviously I'll repeat that for the other buckets. So I put 2 lots of fertiliser in my potatoes each year. Fish, blood and bone is the first thing, so a bit of a shake of that. And then I put in chicken manure pellets. Now these ones actually are 6X, so these are quite potent chicken manure pellets. So I'll just put in a handful and then mix that in. And then I'll get my potatoes. Now this bucket is a 25 litre. No, it's actually probably a 20 litre. So I'm just going to put in 2 of my chitted potatoes. Chit side up, and now I'm going to top the bucket completely up so that I don't need to worry about earthing up as the shoots come above the level of the soil. I do that with all my potatoes, including the main crops that I put in buckets. It's quick and it's easy, and all I then need to be worried about is watering. So let me get my compost and get the rest of this in. I'll maybe need to put in another bag. Yes, I will. Whoops. Right, there we go. All I need to do now is label and give it a bit of a water and just look after it, particularly in the coming few weeks while there is a potential for having frost. The potatoes should be fine. We're not going to get a really, really hard frost, I wouldn't imagine. The potatoes should be fine while they're covered in compost, but if we get to the point where the shoots are showing and there's a chance of frost, then I will make sure I fleece very well to protect the haulms from the frost. But I think we should be okay. I've looked at the weather, certainly for the next couple of weeks, and there's nothing that worries me at all, and I'll just need to keep an eye as we go forward. So that's 1 bucket, 2 potatoes, 3 inches of compost, mix of fish blood and bone and 6x chicken manure pellets. Topped it up, I'll pop a label in, give it a little water, and I'll get the others done and bring you back once I'm finished. Well, there we go, 9 pots of Caledonian Pearl first early potatoes. Now these should be ready in about 12 weeks time, so we're looking at June-ish time, and then we should have some lovely new potatoes to harvest. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is my need to add a sort of mesh on the top of each of my pots, because if I didn't, when the chickens come out, they do love jumping in a pot of compost and scratching about and getting most of it out onto the ground, so I've had to do that as well. But that's them ready. A job well done, I think. What potatoes are you growing this year? I'd love to know. And have you got them, any of them, planted yet? And how are you going to grow them? Are you going to grow them more traditionally or in pots? Pop some comments and let us know, and I look forward to hearing all about it. But for now, I think that's us. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now. Bye.